The Madras Management Association, aka MMA, conducts this yearly competition for young managers, and this year's theme was on Future Forward, India Leaping Ahead. So on the day of the finale, we had 20 teams participating for this coveted title. We were just as the winners, and NTPC was given, National Thermal Power Corporation was given the second prize, and Tube Investments third in the overall competition. We as a team presented on the theme, and our core value was behavioral change and how we can use behavioral change to address 17 sustainable development goals through which India as a nation will leap forward. And the United Nations Development Program that was responsible for putting the 17 goals also stated that behavioral change will be pivotal to achieve all these 17 goals. And how are we going to achieve it is the next question. Some of the goals are very close to the people, like zero hunger, no poverty, good health and well-being, decent work and economic growth, affordable clean energy. So all these 17 goals are very people related, so it is very close to the heart of the people, and just by changing a small behavior in a person we could have a larger impact. So that is where we were heading at. So in order to address these 17 goals, we had to create a proper channel, and through our research we understood that 3 target groups will be very important to address these 17 sustainable goals. These target groups are interlinked with each other, one being the individual level, the social level and the organizational level. So once we address an individual level problem, we also will be able to take it to a social level and to the organizational level. Through these 3 groups, we were able to address our behavioral change model and thereby addressing the 17 sustainable goals. So we went partially digital and then the olden way. So one, we had digital mobile applications that can be used to address the 17 goals. Online campaigns, that hashtag moments that are happening, like for example Hum Fit to India Fit, that was started by our very own minister, that became a big hit. So hashtag campaigns are very of the energy these days. And then we went with digital hoardings and banners that are being put out all over the city, celebrity campaigns that might work, and radio messages which can reach wider group of people in rural areas. So one of the importance or the important sustainable development goal was zero hunger. So when we did our research, India had 40% of the food being produced was wasted, and 73.5% of the food was wasted in transportation and storage. So we thought, what is the problem here? Because the warehouses were not digital and there was no digital register to look into these warehouses and find what food was being stored where, what was the expiry date. So we came up with the mobile application called Safe Eye, Safeguarding Food and Environment in India. So this Safe Eye is basically a mobile application where we can digitally transform all these warehouses or the storage godowns which are having these food grains and monitor what is the expiry date of these food grains. If an incoming inventory has to be pushed to some other storage facility, that also is possible. Talking about good health and well-being, we understood that an organization, from our 3 target groups, individual, social and organization, an organization can do a lot for the good health and well-being of its employees and of the families. From TCS, we have our very own Purpose for Life, Fit for Life programs, in which we can dedicate our hours to the environment, to education, to health sector. In Purpose for Life, we do beach cleanup activities, we do paintings for government schools, we take our own time or office hours and in the weekends go to schools, teach these underprivileged children. And also through Fit for Life, we motivate our employees to be fit and take care of their families as well, because our work-life balance is very important in TCS. So in an organization such as ours, behavioral change models are already there in place. We have different behavioral change programs. TCS Ergo Care is one such program where a person sitting, or an associate sitting in the cubicle, can do stretches every 30 minutes in his working hours. He gets a pop-up in his laptop where that indicates him to get up, stretch his legs and arms. So we're not being idle inside the cubicle. So this is how we wanted to bridge the gaps. People being the change agents, understanding the behavioral change is key to our nation to leap forward. Individual, social and organizational levels all bridge together just by the people. when we defined our behavioral change model, we added people in the epicenter of this behavioral change model. All these changes were possible only when the people started acting upon it. And I could give Swachh Bharat as a very good example. 72% of sanitation was achieved through Swachh Bharat, but this small act by the government was only successful when people started believing in it and when people started changing their behavior and started using these toilets. So that is when the change happened. So every change starts from within a person to the society to the entire nation. So that's how we wanted to bridge the gap.
So from past 3 years, I've been into various activities which was conducted by our organization, say for Fit for Life. So one such activity which was conducted by Marriott Hotel and Colgate for reducing the water shortages, reducing the water shortages in Brazil. It's a visual cue where the Marriott Hotel and Colgate they implanted one visual aid in the sink of the hotel rooms, where it showed like the water you waste is the water they need, with the guy holding a cup. That cup will be the sink hole. That has really impacted me a lot. And that, like, we have a subject called moral science. Like similarly, we can have a subject called behavior science, which is more towards than being theoretical, more towards a practical. The child or student mind will think in a more simpler way than how the elders think. Make them identify the solution, get those solution from them, and award them or appreciate them for the work which they did. So by this, it will be like implanting a thought of being socially responsible right from their age. We recently came through one such article which was given by Tamil Nadu Education Minister. He stated like from the next academic year, the students who are all going to plant saplings will get an extra marks. This will be, I think, it is a major behavioral change program, and it is a first step by the government to make the students to be responsible towards a society and an environment.